right, welcome back to the Take It podcast. This is episode 3, and we're so glad to have you.
Yes,
it
we
is
are.
Yes,
now
we are.
2021, which is hard to believe.
We're actually recording this on December 31.
But by the time you're hearing this, it's going to be 2021.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about it because this year is a big year for us. We've been working on our new house and studio. If you want to hear a little bit more about that, you can listen to episode 2
And
1, because that's all we have right now. But we're going to try to keep
3,
cranking
1,
these
and 2.
out. I guess we're a little late this week, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
We were painting,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
brings us up to the next point.
Painting is all done.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Finally.
Yeah, we fixed the painter, and it runs beautifully now.
Thanks
so,
to Gorsha.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Round of
And
applause.
Sherwin Williams
Thank
for his
you.
parts.
Yes,
Thank you. Now, what's the proper semantic after saying thank you?
my pleasure.
That's right.
Yes, it was good. The painter's been working great, and we finally finished painting our house.
Yes.
Give him a round of applause. Yeah. Okay, so we are so blessed, so thankful that the painting is done because it was
Yes.
quite grueling.
Indeed.
It was like
we
a
are.
marathon.
We did like
Yeah.
6 or 7 hours the other night, up until the midnight 30.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to bed till 2, and then everybody else is helping because it's me and Mama are actually in there spraying, and then we got our brother Joe is running the painter along with Victor, managing it, make sure we have paint and that everything's cleaned out when we're done, and then the girls are there masking and papering along with us before we get started. So it's been really, really hard,
Yes.
but we're finally done.
Finally.
And so we
Yes.
can take all the tape and the cardboard up, and it's
It's
looking
actually
beautiful.
good to
It's like
see
a
an empty
paper
room. That's done.
Masking, painting, marathon.
Are y'all just going to keep talking over each other?
We're not going to stop.
Okay. We got 2 different stories going on here at the same time, and they don't want to give it up.
You go ahead.
Go ahead, Yara. What were you saying?
The past month.
Okay. Let's control ourselves. What were you saying, Yara?
I was saying that the past month to 2 months have been a paper masking off, plastic paper and painting marathon for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
In very much that
And
way.
sanding.
Yeah, a lot of
Yes.
sanding. We had some issues with our first coat, and we had to sand our shiplap between the second coat because of some overspray issues. But we got that worked out, and it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
So I'm going to just blame it on the crew that's putting the paint in the machine just to say they did a bad job.
It turned into whipped cream at one point.
It's
I don't
really
know.
hard. It's really hard to...
Get it
Get a
just
good
right.
consistency. It's really hard to not overstir the paint
Well,
with a drill with a stirring rod.
Right. So there was one point when the painting crew, which I'm not going to mention the names of the people, even though I already did, but they stirred the paint too vigorously, and so we ended up having little splotchy sections on the wall,
Well,
the
let
little
me-
bubbles.
I think
me
they
say-
thought the paint was like heavy cream.
Well, first off, it's
Right.
not. We're putting it all in a big 5-gallon bucket, which, on a side note, those aren't actually 5 gallons. They're like 4.9 gallons. Anyway, we put them in there, and we had one 5-gallon that was a slightly different shade white than the one that we wanted to put on the wall. So we were slowly adding it in, and I think what happened was I mixed the kind of slightly shaded one with the white one in and stirred it all up, and it was ready to go. And then Joe came.
and started
And it
again.
started it again.
Yeah, so spraying is
it's
hard. You just got to got to know what you're doing. So
I think there was a lack of communication.
we finally got the exact finish. I mean, all the finish is really good, but we got this amazing finish the very last day we painted. So it kind of stinks because we wanted to get that finish everywhere. But still, it looks beautiful, and it's going to be great for us. So we're looking forward to moving in. I think we'd be settled in by the end of January.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
That-
we will have music out by then, hopefully. Right?
Yeah, we're going to start
End of January.
because we got our new studio and our new control room. So
Don't
we're
look at
gonna
me like
we're
that.
looking forward to.
we have to start practicing again, though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a while.
We're looking
since
forward to getting
we've-
back.
We're
and-
hoping to get a video of us playing all together before the end of January.
Yeah, that's-
Out.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a uncommon sight at this time in our lives.
Yeah.
But
Jolly's music? What?
What?
we're excited to get back to it, and we're taking bookings right now. So if you guys are listening, or you know someone who needs some music for a gig, hopefully once
books out.
COVID is kind of calmed down, hopefully by the middle of this year, we'll be back at it. So we're just really praying that'll happen soon, because we miss our music.
This is
Yes.
true.
too.
Because we've been working on a house for a
It
year.
was weird not having a Christmas show this year.
Yeah, we had no Christmas
It was
shows.
really just strange.
If you guys want to kind of stay up to date with what we're doing, the best way to do that is subscribe to us on Instagram and Facebook. And we are on there at the Jolly String Quartet. And if you want to be staying up to date with kind of what we've been doing with the house, as far as all the construction and building we've been doing ourselves, we have a series of our vlogs that kind of document some of that.
That you can find on YouTube.
Yep, YouTube. And then as far as performing videos go, we have lots of our music on YouTube, and we're going to be putting more. But we have some vlogs of our Christmas tour in Vegas last year. 3
Yeah.
parts of that are really funny. The last one's the funniest.
This
You got to
is
see
true.
that one.
Yes.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
You just
So-
need a good laugh. Watch
Yeah.
just the part 3.
A little throwback to, I guess it'll be 2020 by the time this comes
Yeah.
out.
Yes, it will.
Vegas will
2021.
have been 2020 is what I meant. Yeah.
But overall, I mean, just a lot
Yeah.
has happened this year. We started the year with playing music, being at Puckett Still, to finishing our house pretty much.
Yeah, because when did music cut off, really? It was like in
It was
March.
like in March.
Yeah.
But that's aside. That's when we really started working on the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing we ended up doing when you're building a house, you make lots and lots of trips to either Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace, any of those home centers. And what we found is it just is such a hit and miss with all those places. Sometimes
really
you get
is.
really good customer service.
It's really
As
more
far
like
as the pro service desk at both places are really good.
right,
the
but
most
it's really
part.
more like there are
Ace-
people there. Not so much at Ace, really.
Yeah,
No,
Ace
Ace,
has
there's
been
so
a
much-
really good place. They've been very helpful for us.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, they have been good. I'd just say the average employee at a Lowe's or a Home Depot, for the most part,
Has no clue what they're
doing.
doing.
It's
And
just
we're not trying to dog them.
no.
but
It's just sometimes it's
true.
frustrating, or it's a hit and miss.
Right. Some
Whoever
of
you-
them are there just to obtain the check.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which it's a job.
Unfortunately.
I just feel like it'd be in the better interest of the customer if there were more experienced people there. So I don't know if it's just a lack of people that they're hiring.
They
think
should
it-
just have like a little maybe
I
a
think
2-day
it's-
class of what everything is. Just a brief overview, or
Yeah.
maybe do they work by departments there?
So I think so. The managers are managers over certain departments.
They should work by departments so that
Maybe.
therefore you could have like a brief 2-day class about the
What your
whole
department
department
is.
and
So you
learn
know
a little
where
bit more.
everything
Right,
is.
learn a
Yeah.
little bit more about it than just someone walking around the store with a scanner, and you ask them where
Yeah.
something is, and they can tell you where it is. But if you have a
There's just this
Any
lack
more
of
of a-
knowledge.
Well,
for sure,
or
I
you
think.
ask them a question, they're like,
So.
"Let me Google that," and you're like, "Well, I could have Googled that."
right,
But for the most part, especially the pro services desk,
Mm-hmm.
especially at Home Depot, was really, really good.
this is true.
There's a lot of really good people there that are on top of it. We have a friend there named Jimmy. If you have any big projects you need to do or large orders, you can go to their pro desk and
Mhm.
ask for Jimmy or Tiffany or Myron. Any of those people there are really good. And then at Lowe's, they have I'd say about the same quality crew. So there's definitely some attention. So some detail to attention paid. That's a weird way to put that.
Yeah,
At both of the service desks.
This is
It's
true.
just kind of the average consumer or the average DIYer's experience that I think is a little subpar.
right.
Yeah.
Would you say?
I would say that. Sorry,
Uh,
got a little bit of something in my throat.
I did want to just quickly show one of the tools that I think is a must-have if you're building your house, and we'll just do this real quickly.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing any kind of building project, you should definitely get yourself one of these. This is a laser level, and it does exactly what you think it does. It
Yeah.
shoots out a horizontal and a vertical line, so your level line and your plumb line, and it self-levels, which means even if the chassis or the body of the level is a little off-kilter, right or left, it's got a little pendulum that hangs down in the center that the laser shoots through so that it'll self-level itself.
Always get
We
one
got
before
that
you.
a little late though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always get one
Okay.
before you start any big project.
Yeah,
Ever.
This was a lifesaver for us.
Yes,
I'd recommend it if you're
it
doing
was.
tile, a lot of tile layers. Get these, keep their tiles
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
You can also do a 45 with it.
Yes, you
like
can.
a perfect 45.
Yeah.
So, in tune with the earth.
Yes. A good old, what is that?
438.
438? Is it 438? Okay, let's see what the Earth's resonant frequency. Earth's frequency. Oh, today. Evidently it changes maybe.
It could.
7.83 hertz is what it's saying. But no, there's a way that they, 439 or 440, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
You know what
I
I'm
didn't
I
talking
know
know
what you're
that.
talking about.
Google it. It's fascinating.
The more you know.
Yes. Another thing we're going to do is just go into some of our favorite creators of 2020. And Victor, we'll just go ahead and start with you.
As of what?
Any kind of creator.
What kind of creator?
A YouTube channel,
A YouTube
artist.
channel. Well, I can tell you what it... I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we did the 15.
Nope. I ran 550 miles this past
I
year.
don't believe it.
No, I did.
How? There's only 365 days in a year.
No, but I did
bud.
4 miles for 2 months.
That's true.
And then I did 3.5 miles for a month. Then I did 2 miles for 3 months. And so this next year, I plan to double that and do 1,100 miles.
Okay, so that's your New Year's resolution.
One of my New Year's resolutions, but like a side thing,
yeah, like a
Not-
side resolution.
right? Like a side mission.
Maybe not a
resolution.
4K, but more like a 1080p.
Right. Like a side resolution mission
Yeah.
thing for this next year is to run 1,100 miles.
Okay.
Because I did 550, if I haven't already said that, this last year.
That's a
Okay.
lot, Victor.
Yeah. Yara, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I want to start selling some knitting and crocheting stuff next year.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
because I have a lot of yarn that's sitting around and I don't know what to do with it, and it's well worth the money to pay for something that's well made.
Yeah.
So I want
People will buy it.
and so I want to do that, and then I do want to start running somewhere too. I ran a little bit last year, but not as much as I wanted to. So hopefully I can get a more
Consistent schedule.
consistent schedule of running and
Yeah.
more. What do you call it?
Jogging.
There are,
Exercise.
Oh, exercise.
Speaking
Okay,
of,
think of that.
speaking of running, I had the worst time last year of running in rain. Christina would convince me that, oh, it's not going to rain. There's no thunderstorm out there. And she'd send me out on the road for my 4 miles and I'd be rained on half the time. And then once I was running from the biggest, grayest cloud I've ever seen.
That only happened like twice, and it's because he didn't listen to me. He says, "Well, I'm still gonna beat the rain."
And then...
So he
Flash.
didn't listen to me. I was like his weather person.
No, and then one time she actually sent me out in one, and
There was
I
one
was
time.
running for my life from lightning and a hurricane and a tornado all behind me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not really, but I'm just saying, I hope I've got better luck this year.
Yeah, you should. Christina, what is your New Year's resolution? Or just a goal
Well,
you'd
I
like to
mean-
have in 2021?
Well, I mean, I've got several, but I think going back to music and just getting acquainted with my skills that I've kind of lost maybe a little bit, but just expanding my music knowledge.
Yeah.
And just trying out new things. And I mean, definitely just probably expanding my vocal,
Abilities?
vocal abilities and skills, or at least pick those back up. And then, because I have missed that a lot actually.
Yeah.
And then maybe just, I don't know, maybe expanding my cake business a little bit.
Oh yeah, Christina makes
If you
cakes.
didn't know, I've been probably for the last 4 months, I have been selling oral cheesecakes.
Oh, they're so good.
To make a little side money.
Yeah.
They're
And
really
so-
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of how I funded Christmas this year.
She has had
Wow.
no complaints about the cheesecakes. And these are not all to people we know. A lot of these are to
Yeah.
people we
Different
meet who
people.
want to just order one and then they give
This
us
is
really good
true.
feedback.
We
So-
built tables. She makes cakes.
Yes.
Maybe she can make a cake to put
Yeah,
on
so
the
we
table
did
built.
kind of pick up side jobs when our music tour. We didn't really have any places to
Yeah.
play. The boys did make these custom tables.
Now
And
this
they've had
one
several-
here is not done so well. We've had
No.
some moisture problems with it or something.
It turned into a semi boat.
Yeah, it's like a canoe. A canoe.
It's like
Kayak.
yeah, it's almost you could yeah.
It just cupped. I don't
They-
know what's wrong
Yeah,
with
they
it.
picked up tables. I picked up
I just
cheesecakes.
I don't think we
that side's splitting.
yeah.
I'm not sure. It's just falling apart.
It'd be
slowly.
great for like an old saloon.
Yeah.
Maybe. This side just is almost a U over here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And this side's pretty flat actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's
Something
okay.
something happened going down there.
We'll probably redo the slab for the top, remake it, and just put these nice modern metal legs that we ordered
From
on a
Turkey.
different. Yeah, they're turkey legs.
So right, exactly.
We got them. We put these tables in a store here or a store near Carthage, called River's Edge Antiques, and we had one sell. We've sold several
sold
there.
5
Yeah,
tables total.
it was odd. We had one customer in Nashville order this like really nice modern like mid-century modern thin leg, like really thin top, mid-century modern style table. We'd never built it before, but we're advertising this super
Yeah.
custom tables.
Yeah.
But we built it and it was super sturdy.
Well, not we. I built it.
Well,
Gorsha was there with,
Gorsha's kind
taking
of like
care
the
of-
management.
Gorsha was
guy.
taking care of talking to the people.
Yes.
Victor and I designed the table along with the legs and got all the dimensions and then helped him assemble the table, and then he did all the finish work, and
I
then I
learned something new every day.
coordinated with the client.
But
so Gorsha's kind of our spokesman for all of our businesses. Like for the Jolly String Quartet, he can run the website,
I
and
can
stuff
too.
and stuff. Well, and then for Victor, he does that sort of for
He
his
does more the
tables.
labor.
And then and eventually he will do it for mine too.
He'll knit things for you.
No, you're gonna.
he'll do all the work for me, and I'll just
Yeah.
sit back and collect the rewards.
So
No.
Gorsh,
No, so it's nice to have somebody who knows all the technical stuff that you don't know.
But I do know it. I just choose not to do it.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
man,
Gorsh
it's a
is willing
choice.
to do it, and so he likes doing it.
I could do some really cool flips. I just don't feel like doing that right now.
We've
and
met a
so
guy like
it's
that.
nice to have somebody in your family, sibling.
Sibling?
Except
No,
No, sibling.
especially a sibling.
yeah.
I was trying to say especially a sibling.
that's
No.
hard to say, especially a sibling.
We
know.
we were
I
building
was like,
this
it's not-
modern table, and our planer broke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And we went. Never mind. Well, we
See, Gorsha-
we got it replaced and everything.
But didn't you have to
Gorsha
plan
took
it
on that
yourself?
job to call. Who was it? Cobalt.
No, Cobalt makes terrible things. for the
Whoever
most part.
was making, he
DeWalt.
called them and said, "Hey, was there a lifetime? What's the warranty on this? What's this? What's that?" And
Yeah.
he got that all figured out. And so he's our.
Not that none of us
Spokesman,
could
I
do
would
it. It's
No,
just,
it's just Gorsha enjoys doing that, and so it's nice having
He
that
likes
from
to
you.
talk.
Yet I haven't gotten a word in the last 10 minutes. Okay.
So what
'Cause
are
we've
some of
been
your goals,
praising
Gorsha?
you.
we weren't gonna ask you, but
I want to be shooting. Well, I want to get back into music.
okay.
Well, yeah.
I also want to get into shooting some more music videos for our band this year. I
Sure.
think that'll be exciting because I don't know if you know, but I'm into photography and filmmaking.
I'm slowly getting there.
Done quite a bit of photography. Victor, I'm bringing into the editing world. He's been editing a lot of our vlogs. So Victor kind of puts them together and puts all the funny memes in, and then I go back in and just clean it up and make sure there's there's a little bit of context and a story to it.
Right.
So it's
we
just not a bunch of memes.
We call Gorsha's job trimming the fat.
Yes, I trim
Yeah.
the fat.
Clean up, make it look like a beautiful steak.
I color grade it and the best I can.
And-
we got to get a new computer though, because our computer
It
cannot
can-
handle this
Right.
4K
Just
footage.
barely moving.
All of our computers are just not working
It's
good.
because they've been in and out of heat and cold.
Well, that's not.
I think
why.
one of the what do you call it? Inspirations for editing is not inspirations. What do you call that?
Yeah, someone who inspires you.
Well, kind of just I take something I like from them and
Uh-huh.
try to recreate it myself. Is the Casey Neistat type of vlog?
I
Yeah,
have not
very
seen him
run and
forever,
gun.
but
That's
Run and
yeah.
gun.
right. That's where I got a lot of the idea for using lo-fi music,
Yeah.
such as Jeff Cale.
I'd say he pioneered the lo-fi
lo-fi B-roll that made you want to watch B-roll.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I remember that. That was back, I'd say probably 2016, 2017 when it was real big.
Yeah, and
Still
even
is now,
before
though.
that, I just think that kind of vlogging is very
Kind of a raw
captivating.
run and gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good.
Recently, we've been adding a little bit more.
I'd say if you're mainstream YouTuber, creator memes.
Yeah, just to kind of not pander, but reach the whole audience instead of just a little niche.
It also gives you more context to your humor.
Right,
Yes.
because a lot of what we do is not
In context. We're doing
Right.
these little things that are things that we understand the context and why they're funny because of these memes. So just throwing them in there, I think, can
helps.
do that.
It helps we're exaggerating the point.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
And
comedy.
yeah, we
It's
may
fun to watch.
we
too.
may dial it back or we may dial it up.
It really just depends on what we have to work with. I mean, I've learned that you can make anything funny if you have enough memes and
But there's some things where there's too many memes.
yes.
It's just like a meme every time you say something.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
just way
That's not
over the
funny.
top.
the first 30 seconds are the most important.
Yeah.
Stick them all in the first 30.
Yeah.
The first 30 and the last 30, I guess.
No, they don't stick around for the last 30 seconds or 30 minutes.
We've had pretty good view rates on our vlogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're glad that you guys are watching them and enjoying them. And we're going to be putting out some more vlogs here in the next couple of days.
Yes.
We hope to be pretty consistent.
We're going to
with
try to do a
putting-
weekly one.
Yeah.
I know we just kind of stuffed about 5 or 6 out there in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was looking at our channel. We just started pumping stuff out.
But we're going to go back to the weekly,
The podcast. you mean?
and the vlogs
Yes,
weekly
and we're going to be having guests on the podcast.
very soon.
And next week, our mom
And
is-
Dad.
and dad. Okay, well, we'll have to see. We'll have to talk with we'll have to have our people talk with their people,
That's
Yeah.
right.
even though we are their people. Anyway,
When Gorgeous says our people, he means him.
we're going to see. I think definitely our mom's going to be on the vlog. Not the vlog,
She's
the
already on there.
podcast next week
Yeah.
to talk a little bit about our adoption story so you guys can kind of get a more inside look on that. But if you want to go ahead and learn a little bit more about us, you can visit our website at thejollystringquartet.com and click on that about page, or I think is it about, or our story, and you can read all about us. And if you have any questions or comments
Yara?
about the vlog, about the podcast, Yara, where do we send those questions? Where do
The
they
Take
send
It
them?
Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes.
Oh, my
She
goodness.
got it.
Again, that's the Take It Podcast at Gmail.
Also, there'll be clips of this podcast
on
Rumble
Rumble.
because Rumble monetizes.
Yes.
Anyway, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, it's the about page of our website.
Right. So, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we're going to just wrap it up. This will be a little bit of a shorter episode for this week. And as we have more things happening in the studio and finishing up here, we're going to have more to talk about.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to check back in and let you guys know what we're looking forward to in 2021. And hope you guys had a great Christmas and are
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
It is the new year.
Yes.
Go out and get it this year. We're just praying that God will bless your new year, and we're looking forward to it.
Yes.
So-
We're excited.
We'll see you
Happy
next
New
week.
Year.
Check out the vlogs. Anything else? Yara, do you have anything you'd like to say?
No, just
Okay. All right. We'll see you next time then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.